The Political Action Club presents the Roundtable.
Welcome to our final roundtable with the man on the right, the man with the hair, the man with the gel still stuck in his thumbs, Dante Bucci.
I'm Dante Bucci.
We also have on the left Brian Pansius, on the outskirts Brett Barbin, and from Metropolis, Adam Mosen-Breen, and fresh from under the fourth moon of Jupiter, David Golden.
Normally, I spend my time fighting animals in the jungles of Africa. Today, I'm on my most dangerous mission yet.
Our topic today is the recently released emails about Benghazi. Is it the smoking gun, or just more of the same? Adam Mosen-Breen, do you think that these new emails that suggest that the government knew more about what was going on in Benghazi when they sent Susan Rice out are an issue for the administration, or should just be forgotten?
His silly rabbit.
I feel that the emails should just be forgotten. I think essentially Benghazi's time in the national spotlight is over. I think it's ceased to be a talking point among many Republicans who like to bring it up as an important issue in the White House, and I think we've moved past that, and the national attention is no longer on Benghazi.
Thank you, Adam, but I don't know whether the national attention on it is that important. Certainly we know that Fox is going to give much attention to this, which means Dante is going to pay close attention to this, fingers crossed, hoping. So, Dante, do you think this is an issue? Because you've been waiting for this.
I'm Dante Bucci.
I have been waiting for this. Benghazi is an issue, and Brett and I had an altercation in a previous PAC video about whether Benghazi was a 2016 issue. And if it's an issue now, it'll be an issue in 2016, because Hillary, I believe a month ago, finally expressed some sympathy regarding the lives of the 4 Americans, including our ambassador to Libya, who died during the Benghazi terrorist attack. So this is definitely a 2016 issue.
Brett, do you want to revise your contention that it is irrelevant, or that it's going to be an issue? You know the Republicans are going to bring it up, and I think your concern was that no one's going to really care about it then. Do you feel the same way?
I would absolutely like to revise my previous statement and redact that from what was previously said in the videos. I'd like to say that in 2016, as we get closer near it, Republicans have been holding on to this issue for quite a while, and it's becoming less and less out of the spotlight. But now, as this comes into light, now, of course, they've held out for quite a long time, and now they get what they have been waiting for. And I can definitely see that this might do something to Hillary's 2016 hopes.
Well, let's look to the left then, because certainly this is not something that Obama wants to be thinking about right now with so much else going on in the world. He would be happy to just speak about Putin. Well, he probably isn't happy about that. What do you think focus on Benghazi does, not to Hillary, but to Obama?
It's definitely not good for the Obama administration. It's not the worst thing that could happen. Things could have come out that could have been much worse, but I think it's bad in the fact that it now has to be debated. Fox News has been going off for the last year and a half really about Benghazi, and they've looked really insane almost at times. And now they have more to talk about, and it just brings it to the forefront again, which is not what Obama wants.
Now, David, you're new to the roundtable, but you're certainly not new to political ideas. Do you think that this news about Benghazi, in light of other things like the wiretapping or the IRS, thank you, I was going to say IRA, which I don't think Obama's involved in, is just a black spot on the presidency, or at least on this president? Or is it just things that the Republicans want to bring up to try and tarnish him?
No, I think that this is another example of this administration lying to the American people, not for the safety or security of this country, but for the own good of the administration. I think that it is a black mark on Obama that a lot of the statements coming out of the White House have been trying to support his administration and not this country.
Do others agree with that? Because I get the sense, usually when Jake Tapper speaks, is it Jake Tapper?
Jay Carney.
Jake Carney, thank you. Jake Tapper was the one speaking with him. That you don't get much information, which I think is what the spokesperson is supposed to give the American people. You just get a wall to protect the presidency. Do you get a sense that this is not the most open presidency, as Obama said when he came in?
I think I would have to agree with that statement. I mean, it seems like anytime we get what would seem like full information, it's only because there's no way to contradict that information by the president, and there's no way for the administration to ignore it. So it seems like in many times, instead of being open and forthright with information regarding big national issues, it seems like we only get the story once it's already been released.
Dante?
Well, when Obama was running for president in 2007 and 2008, he said it was going to be the most transparent administration in the history of this country, because that was coming off President Bush, and the American people were tired of the government keeping secrets from them. And in this situation, I feel the executive branch lied. They definitely lied to the American people, and I feel they lied to protect President Obama and perhaps to protect Hillary Clinton in her 2016 presidential campaign.
Brian?
I think that the Obama administration is not the most transparent administration in history, but it's certainly not the worst. It's in the middle almost. You love Reagan, Reagan-Contra issue.
Iran-Contra.
It's Iran-Contra, not Reagan-Contra.
Could be Reagan.
It's not Reagan-Contra.
Reagan equals Iran.
Definitely measures up, and it's still a black eye for the administration.
Brett, why don't you close us out on this, and then we'll go to...
I couldn't say anything more better than my colleagues here. I think we come to a consensus that, of course, this is damning for the Obama administration, and it definitely probably will affect Barack Obama's approval rating, and the fact that he has openly lied to the public. The White House, of course, can't really come out of this looking good as they usually do.
Well, now we go to final thoughts! Brett Barbin.
Final thoughts. Dante Bucci will be attending American University, graduating class of 2018. Ladies, he's in room 207 in the Fuller House. I'm sure he's open all hours, unless he's in the library memorizing Reagan's memorandum.
Final thoughts. Adam Mosenbreen.
Final thoughts, Dante Bucci, Naked and Afraid.
Final thoughts. Brian Pansius.
Religious genocide in the Central African Republic. The UN has sent 12,000 troops to, with the purpose of keeping the peace in the Central African Republic after skirmishes between Muslims and Christians. Thousands have died.
Final thought. Very final thought. Dante Bucci.
I started this club in December to see if we can get both the right and the left to talk about issues of the political nature in this country in a calm manner. I wouldn't call this the most serious roundtable I've ever been a part of in my life, but it's definitely one of my favorites, and I'm really happy that I started it and it will carry on. So thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Dante.
welcome, Dante.
And I would like to thank Matt's mom. See ya!
Awkward Jimmy Carter handshake.
Stand corrected.
His silly rabbit, his silly rabbit, his silly rabbit, his silly rabbit.
Ew. I'm Dante Bucci.
Seriously?
I'm Dante Bucci.
So gross.
I'm Dante Bucci.
Follow me as we explore the themes of greed, corruption, and gluttony.